That's good. All right, so let me just check the chat, see if anybody's coming in, and then I'm gonna get a light, and then we're gonna get started. Yeah. I'll introduce you guys.
Okay. This is all new for me, this whole like live broadcasting shit. I'm a behind the scenes guy.
That's cool, man. I respect that. You know what? Actually, I was too. I always tell people I'm actually an activist first and a YouTuber second. Anyways, yeah. Ooh, let me put my stream key. Shit, what do I? Okay. Okay. So, just gonna get a light, people. I have a guest with me today, a very, very special guest, a very timely guest. Okay, you guys are gonna hear about it. This is my work with MPP. Holy shit, this is a real one, folks. You want to stay tuned. I'm gonna get a light. We'll be right back. I do not see the chat yet. Okay, it says that I'm streaming. Okay. Let me check with my guys in Discord and see if they can see us. Okay. But also, some of them have mod stats. Oh, here it is. I found my lighter and I found matches. Great. I'm fucking on point. Okay. I'm gonna tell the guys that I'm here. Okay, we are live. All right, hey guys, we're live. We're live. Okay, I'm going back out. Can you guys see us? I don't know. Okay.
We're gonna switch over soon.
Don't even worry about it.
We're gonna switch.
Are you going live on YouTube?
I think so. I'm not sure if it's working correctly. I'm kind of new with the OBS Studio thing. I think you guys were in the chat one time, but I didn't have the chat turned on. Oh my god. Yo, Marc, can you hear us both, Marc?
I hear you, Ed. Who's? No, I don't know.
Do you hear the other ones? Do you hear other people speaking, Marc? No,
I'm not hearing.
Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, no, go back up.
Okay.
Maybe I'm hearing little faint voices. Maybe.
Yeah, you probably hear them coming through my speakers into my mic.
What's your favorite sport, James?
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get out of that Discord. I'm gonna come back to you. All right. So now we're recording live. So folks, what's up, man? This is your boy DJ Elf7. Now you know that I've been involved in all kinds of crazy MPP shenanigans, business, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Now today I have a very special guest. I was actually very interested in Mason. I had talked with him. I got put on to that guy by Larry Alger, right? Former coordinator for the Washington People's Party. So why don't you introduce yourself, actually?
Okay, my name is Marc Mixon. I am the interim chair of the People's Party of Washington. We are a independent, separately chartered. We're incorporated in Washington State for legal liability purposes, and we're filed with the IRS as a political organization, a full 527 political organization.
Okay.
And we are, I'm a state coordinator.
Okay. Now the thing that I want to put into context, right, is the thing is that there's quite a few People's Parties states that actually weren't happy with authoritarian rule. And actually, I think Washington State was kind of like one of the premier organizations to kind of set up independently of the national organization to maintain their own autonomy, but still show solidarity with the People's Party. Am I correct?
I would say that is accurate. Yeah, when we started organizing, we felt I've been here since before the last convention. I was given the chance to sign the petition, and I just felt it was the wrong strategy. I called my co-coordinator Jim in and said we just need to organize.
Some people watching will know what you mean by the petition. Some people won't. What petition?
Great. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Don't even worry about it.
So I'm going to offer things that are my opinion at this point, right?
Sure.
So in my opinion, when I joined MPP prior to the convention, they had great ideas, and Nick was able to put this convention together. I want to call out some of the people, some of the volunteers, like Lee Harkrider, who was the production manager, was really intimately involved in that first convention. There has been, since I joined, hardworking volunteers who have been chased out in one way or another. I'm going to leave that there. So as we had the convention, and MPP successfully recruited thousands of new, fired up activists and organizers across the nation, but they did not have a plan for us. It was probably the largest unforced error I could foresee, where you organize, you recruit thousands of organizers and activists and say, don't do anything now.
Hey,
Just
quick
wait.
question for you, yeah? By the way, okay?
Sure.
You notice that Yang Gang had kind of like a strong presence at that convention, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
What
yeah.
happened to them after the convention? They just disappeared, right? Who made Yang Gang participate in that convention? Who set that whole shit up? What do you think? That was me.
Okay, I was gonna say, I have no
Remember,
opinion
I
about
was
that.
there just before. I led the largest event in the nation with 10,000 signatures. You know, I mean, my hands are all over it. Then all of a sudden they disappear after I'm gone. Obviously, right? Yeah. Notice that they did not never talk. That's okay though. Yeah. So my handprints are on this too. So yeah, keep going though.
No, I
You can
I
see
hear-
it now, right? Now that you say it, they're like, oh shit, that makes sense.
I will say that the petition purge. So I'll say to you, Ed, and then I'll go back and explain. The petition purge was only the first public purge, but there was an earlier purge of volunteers before
Yeah.
that, right? It was just smaller and less public.
I was part of another purge. They purged out the Tulsi people. That's another purge that happened before you even came on. They've done a bunch of purges.
I know of at least two. Like, I know that the current generation of volunteers who are becoming discontent is the third or fourth generation of volunteers who are becoming discontent.
There you
And
go.
I have fought my way through a couple of them. I have watched volunteers who have joined up wanting to build a new party of the people, as I did, as many other people did. And I want to be clear here. I am still dedicated to building a brand new major party of the people in my state and nationwide. I
I'm with
believe
you, bro. I'm
that
with
the
you.
only way we can fucking challenge the establishment is if we, as the left, learn to work together in solidarity and to recognize each other's right to stand for liberation, even if it is not our fight. I want to stand for you and your fight, Ed. I want to stand for all of my brothers, sisters, and MB Sibs across the spectrum who are being fucking abused by the system. Right?
We got
Only
ally
if
here,
we-
100%. 100%.
Only if we learn to stand together and build a vibrant network of volunteers can we ever challenge the system, because they have all the fucking money, they have all the fucking power, they have had centuries to fucking build their goddamn system up, and these fuckers love to murder us for their money and their power. So do not get me wrong. I am here to build a major nationwide network of the people. I'm here to build a new party, and I just want to see it happen right. Like, we cannot build a party of the people if we want to dictate who those people are and what those people believe. We cannot build a major new party of the people. We're going to fucking lie to them
So
and not treat them like adults.
let's talk
So-
about some things at MPP that honestly I was really fucking disappointed about, and I think is problematic. And I'm starting calling out some big YouTubers right now, you know, right to their fucking faces. And I did this at the Medicare for All March in Washington, D.C., just so you know, where 4 cops held me down because the organizers called the cops on me. Yeah? Because the thing that I was yelling was, I said, Marion Williamson never came to a single meeting for the Medicare for All March. After this march today, she probably is not coming to a single march afterwards. Lee Camp, you have him speaking here today, right? I'm not mad that he's here. I appreciate the fact that he's here. But why is he getting pushed ahead of activists that have worked on the topic and actually know what's fucking going on? Why are you silencing me and platforming these people? I'm not mad at them speaking in behalf of them. We need their support too, right? But not at the expense and not at the cost of silencing the people who are doing the actual fucking work. And then they call the cops on me and then force me to the grounds. Yo, we gotta learn to work together. You're right.
No, we gotta be. Like, we gotta be, and we've got to recognize that we are all fighting for liberation, and we are all fighting to stop being exploited, and we are all fighting, and we've got to stand and support each other's fight.
So
Right,
fuck
so-
all the bullshit noise that's out there. What are you guys working on? How can we help? I'm down to help, bro. There's the
Great.
eviction moratorium going on. We're working on public housing out here, right? The RAD thing is actually eliminating public housing as we know it. We're helping people in Oregon with weed legislation. You know what I mean? My man, I Am Cannabis Sativa, the podcast, he's helping us try to figure out how to set up our new markets over here. Washington, you know what I mean? We're talking with, honestly, LA and fucking Chicago. We're trying to get onto payable access over there. Also in Texas, maybe in Seattle as well. We can take this network of our actual fucking activists. Fuck y'all celebs. Y'all know nothing. Okay? Y'all find our secondary sources. Y'all hear from the managers, Nick Braun, and you never talk to us. Ever. Okay? Well, you don't fucking know what's going on. We do. Anyways, yeah. So, what can we help you with?
You know, us in Washington, we are doing pretty well. Like we're an independent political party, and we are working really hard on collaborating and building relationships. We have been holding, vetting events with our local progressive party, the Our Revolution wing here in Washington, the Black Panther Party, Socialist Alternative, the Peace and Liberation Socialist.
Let me throw you one organization your way. Okay, so when we look at Green Party, about 200,000 members. We look at Libertarians, like maybe a little bit more, right? But you look at Color of Change, a Black women's interest group, 8 million members, dude. Yo, there's so many groups out there that fucking dwarf, right? These political things. If we can get those groups on board, it's a game changer more than all those other groups combined.
I agree. Like, so I'm in an interesting place, right? Because
yeah,
I'm not the king. Like, I'm an interim chair right now. I organized the state. We're having our organizing meeting coming up here on August 28th, where I or someone else will be voted in. And I have opinions, and it's a weird thing because I am a hard leftist, right? Like, I am an anti-capitalist, anti-racist, eco-socialist. And at the same time, I'm not trying to organize a new socialist party. I'm not trying to organize an eco-socialist party. I want to organize a populist party. I want to organize a party that is so moderate and so broadly accepted that I don't feel comfortable here, that I need to go back and find a socialist party, right? But we need a party that is about people instead of fucking profits, people instead of corporate money.
I have a lot of friends, actually, some of them are hopefully watching right now. And the thing is that one thing that they always give me a hard time about, and even Frank Analysis says that I've considered him an ally, right? And he'll say is, I don't believe in electoral politics. That's why you don't see them. That's why People's Party, right? Yeah, let's talk about it, because I also, right, people mistakenly try to say that because I'm working with these parties, they think I'm with electoral politics, yeah? But you're not either. And I think that this is a misconception out there. And let's put it straight. Yeah, thank you for having this. Also, right, it's not just me, okay? Longtime activists know about the bullshit, okay? So go ahead, let these kids know. Thank you.
All right, so I started organizing because I want to organize my community for survival. It's not about a party. Like, I have long for decades been a general strike activist and a general strike advocate. And people, when I bring up general strikes for decades, say, we can't have one. We've got jobs, we've got kids, and everyone is fucking right. They're right. We are not organized enough to maintain a general strike right now. Right? So I am organizing my community for survival. I'm organizing to build a network that can challenge the establishment. If we can build a network of activists who are active and volunteers in every precinct in this country, and they are willing to stand in solidarity with their neighbors who are seeking liberation, we can change the fucking world.
Wait a minute. How long you been doing this? How long you been doing this?
Legitimately, actually, I've only been a political organizer for about a year. Before that, I'm a labor activist. I'm a labor organizer. Right? I work with IATSE.
But you voted for the Green Party for 20 years, so you were aware of the problems. What made you aware of the problems before a lot of others? What, right? That was during what, the Clinton era? 20 years ago?
Well, I'd say the Clinton era, yeah. I'm an old
That was
man.
a bad era, yeah. Fucking NAFTA, all that stupid shit, yeah. Clinton was
the
a
Clinton
bozo.
era is
Come on, man.
what made me realize, like, it's like on the
Expansion
one
of the
hand,
prison system, yeah, they were bozos, yeah.
they're claiming that they're fighting for us, and on the other hand, they're fucking selling our jobs away. They're fucking imprisoning our communities. They're fucking, like criminalizing being poor. They're just like the Clintons. And I was a young man at the time. I voted for him the first time at least. But they did more to destroy working people and liberal politics in this country than any other group I can imagine. And by 2000, we no longer lived in a democracy. Like when the Supreme Court stopped the count, that was it. Democracy was over. And,
Yo,
and
I've been on welfare several times, yeah? And you know, there's a little speech they give you at the beginning. They're like, yo, thanks to the Clintons, you're on workfare, bitch. So you're going to work for about a month, and then after that, you're working for sub-minimum wage, so you better find yourself a fucking job. Thank the Clintons. They literally gave that speech to us 3 out of the 4 times that I was in the welfare office.
Yeah, no,
That's how they start you out. Yeah.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah, oh, come on. If you've really been on welfare, you know these people was not allies.
Been there. Right? Like my wife or girlfriend, I don't know if we were married yet and we're divorced now, but at the time, like she was an AmeriCorps volunteer.
Yeah.
And she was collecting food stamps. I had to fucking take time off work to go sit and collect the food stamps. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like no one who's got a job can actually collect it. Like, yeah, no, our system is only built on punishing and criminalizing the poor and extracting our fucking value and our life for the wealthy and the elite. And it's not, and it's always been, I'm a old hippie. I killed my television in 1993, I think. And
Yo, I love that shit because honestly, I know I seem like this hip urban guy. I'm from near Buffalo. My whole raisement in the movement is through hippies. I'm really, truly a student of the hippie movement. And luckily, a lot of our kids today don't have a lot of activists. I am one of them trying to pass on the knowledge. I know y'all Lee Camp. I mean, you're a cool guy, but fuck you, man. What are you doing out here? Nothing. You got a TV show, bro. I'm mad at you, but you don't got the knowledge about this activist game, man. What you're hearing right now about this vertical integration, about building up your community, that's the fucking truth about what this fucking whole thing is about. That's someone who's an activist first. Maybe you come out with, I'm an activist first, YouTuber second. Yeah? That's the name of the game. So all y'all who think about electoral politics, no. And that's why I participate with AOC's people. That's why I participate with, Republicans. That's why I also run with, Libertarians and Green Party. Because I'm about talking to people in those organizations and building the network of our community. They're still our community members, whether they're homeless, whether they've been in prison. Amen. They're still our community members, and I'm still about finding where we can work together. And if 1% of the nation is fucking taking advantage of you deserve to get fucked. You're right. Our community needs to be more robust. We need to be more, self-reliant. We need to be more responsible and accountable to ourselves as well. So I'm all about that life, baby. Hell yeah. And I'm thinking about coming out to the West Coast for Labor Day, man. I'm helping people in LA. My man Larry Alger, definitely representing. Yo, FBI came to him because he was calling out things on election integrity. We know the system's rigged. Who's working out harder than anybody else? You and me, bro. Yo, congrats what you did in D.C. You got all the paperwork done. That shit is no joke. I know about that. That's thousands of dollars, man. You know what I mean? That's hours and hours and hours, man. And that's because you're really fucking serious about it. Now, I just keep everything off because it's hard to attack. And honestly, I have a lot of forces mounted against me. All the sub-leaders tell them not to listen to me. But enjoy my videos, man. It's going to be crazy, man. We're going to be a good team, man. You're going to see.
I look forward to having more, like I told you earlier, right? Like my goal writ large is to organize a network that can beat the establishment.
DGL7.com. I want to hear about your social media too. DGL7.com. I have a Slack. I have a Discord. By the way, when you talked about the community thing, I'm doing the same thing to take by the way, New York City, there's no Burger King, there's no Domino's in the edibles market in New York City yet. That's why I've created a Discord where we can freely exchange between growers and people who are making edibles information with each other so that we can establish our own networks and markets before these corporations move in and try to offer some kind of their swill. You know what I mean? We need to set up our own markets. That's what I'm already working on. And the Discord right now has something called the Unified Platform for 22. if you have any candidates who are running third-party or independent or even sympathetic Republicans and Democrats, we're all working together to put together a platform to contest the bullshit, right? We take a look at, for example, right? We take a look at green NYCHA, right? It sounds great, man. You have these fucking, solar panels, but guess what? How the fuck does it help tenants? It helps developers. Everything is one-sided for the money in this game. You look at the Medicare for all, right? Yeah, you look at our system right now, it's fucked up. It's not really helping people. But if you have Medicare for all, you also have a possibility of it being the only system not accountable to anybody because it's your only fucking choice. Fuck you. As a poor person, I know how government systems work. Fucked up. And I'm telling you that it also looks like, from the way it's written, as a big giveaway to big pharma. What is this? You know what I mean? And the thing is that, so it's either corporate choice or the fucking corporate choice. And we're going to have some common sense solutions that are for the people this fucking time. 99%, we're coming together, man. I've done this shit for 20 years. I'm sick of this shit. I'm not allowing any fucking labels to fucking separate us. I'll join the shit together by any means necessary. And that's why Nick Braun hates my ass. That's what... Let's talk about Nick Braun. Let's talk about Nick Braun, bro. You ready? Nick Braun is fake and whack. You know why? Because honestly, he doesn't respect the people that put in the work. Who's he got on that? What was that called again? That advisory committee? Where's the activists? Where's the ground? It was all celebrities. Susan Sarandon, I love you, girl. Come to the fucking meeting, yo. See what the fuck is going on. See how we're treated. God damn it. Don't be out there promoting this motherfucker. You know what I mean? When you don't know how he treats us. It's fucked up. What's up, girl? Come on, talk to me. I'm out there on these streets. I'm coming to see you next time.
I've never cared about the advisory council like that. I think that's horseshit. I think that who needs to advise the movement for a people's party is the fucking people. The people on the ground doing the work, right?
It's the people's party, not the celebs party. What the fuck is this? It's not Nick Braun's party.
It goes all the way to AOC. It goes to Bernie. It goes to there is no celebrity candidate that will change the game. It's like with the fucking Greens. It doesn't matter if you fucking have a big time wrestler. There's no celebrity candidate for any fucking party that's going to change the game. It will not happen. If that is your fucking strategy, you're losing. You're playing the old game. Like the only way.
I'm a little jealous of you. You know why? Because you got a team out there, fucking Mason and shit. You know what I mean? So you guys, you're more than just one person. So that's what I like about you guys. It's not like one person running the show. You guys are working together, coordinated. Tell me a little bit more about that shit. I mean, so I like the fact that you're not a strong man. You keep in you guys are respectful of each other. Even in the communications, you guys are very deferential to each other, which I appreciate. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, this guy's running everything. This guy, right? It's I can tell that from the communications, right? It's like, oh, I like this guy to get involved. I like, or this guy's coming in. It's not like with Nick Braun, you know how it is. He's got his fucking cronies fucking running gaslighting you, right? Yeah. Or telling you why nothing can be done and he doesn't talk to you directly. That's the way it used to be. Actually, my pressure, I think he started talking to people now. I heard a little bit. I don't know. He's. Oh, I see you winding up. Let him know. Let him know. Oh, I see you winding up. Go ahead.
I will say gently that I have asked Nick questions directly, and he has obfuscated and refused to answer. I will say that when I've asked questions on both sides of the issue between MPP's management and various ousted people, I'm a union negotiator. I know what management sounds like, and I know what my team sounds like. I know what workers sound like. I know what management sounds like. And when I talk with ousted volunteers, and I talk with ousted petitioners, I hear disgruntled workers. And when I talk with MPP's coordinator circle, I hear management who keeps their cards close to their chest, and I am not on their team.
I believe
the fact is,
there's a possibility there being good management, but there's a possibility there being good management, but Nick's management is just shit. Yo, I heard about this lady Carol getting put on the payroll. I don't know. You have to talk about that if you don't want to, yeah? But I heard that, like, Like, how is that decision made? Just by Nick? Like, this is not like the People's Party, man. When people get put on payroll, that's straight corruption. That's exactly what the fucking Democrats do. That's the whole problem, man. Isn't it? That type of shit?
I cannot talk to it because
Okay.
there's no transparency with the coordinator circle of management. I do not know.
That's disgusting.
Like,
that's not what I signed up for.
3 or 4 months to know that and she was at one point a media messaging coordinator, and then she became our press secretary. And it's in the IRS filing, so it's not secret. Carol Early received paychecks as press secretary. They call it a professional position for a long time. She stepped down recently. Now Zaina Day is a full-time staff member as the executive director. So far as I know, there have been 2 people who've been paid full-time staff members by the movement over the course of the last year. But those are not, I can't talk, I can tell you it's happening, but if you want to go to the IRS website and look up the People for Working Democracy and search their 8871, 8872, and 990 filings, you can also see everyone who donates to them and every expenditure they make. So it's not like secret that
I think you're making the right move, because everybody, right, you can see from the way that Nick does things, if you work within his team, right, yeah, you don't get put up. You know what I mean? Paula Jean, she never actually attended MPP meetings. Jackson Hinkle never attended meetings, but all of a sudden they're all best friends now. He doesn't give a shit about what you put in for the organization. He cares about what you can do for him now. And that means if he cares about that, then what about, do you have money for me? When is that fucking page gonna turn? You know what I mean? Yo, honestly, right? If it's just about the power, right? If it's not about what you put in and your heart and what you and what you contributed, then what the fuck is it about, man? I'm telling you, that page is going to turn real fucking soon. He's going to start taking the corporate money. Oh, you got to do this. Then major third party. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know what I mean? Major or not, you know what I mean? This shit's going to be run correct. Get the fuck out of here, man. No transparency. You're going to have a problem with me.
I am unaware that Nick or Rodrigo have taken a single penny from this organization.
Me too, yeah. I don't see that either. Yet. Yet.
Well, and I'm not even going to try to. I thought Trump was going to get reelected, so I'm not going to try to prognosticate. Right? I fucking quit my job and moved my family to be hiking distance from Canada.
Nick is irrelevant. The only reason why he's relevant is because of Jimmy Dore says his name. But honestly, what the fuck is he getting done? He went to the Capitol Hill. Who was with him? Frank Analysis asking him questions, and he was alone. Yo, you know what I mean? Washington's organizing successful events. I'm organizing successful events. Nick, you're going to come out to fucking New York and organize shit? Good luck, buddy. Yeah? Yo, guess what? Talk to Ricky, man. He might be on my show soon. Yeah, you know what? Guess what? We out here on these streets. You're not. Get the fuck out of here, Nick.
You know, Ed, I feel you, but I'm gonna do an unpopular thing. I want to say.
I'll work with you, Nick. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I believe Nick is working for a true Democratic Party of the people, where the people who are doing the work get the voice, then I'm with Nick Braun 100%. I don't see that currently. But what I will say is that Nick was able to pull in all of those people for that People's Convention. He was able to organize, like, MPP has been a super fucking successful advertising campaign, if nothing else. Or like, if they were not so successful as an advertising campaign, we would not have those thousands of volunteers who join thinking they're joining a party.
I'm still MPP, baby. Hell yeah. I'm still MPP. Hell yeah. I get that. I love that, man. I'm everything.
That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Like,
hell yeah.
They're super successful, but then they hide what their actual status is. Like, it's great that you are such a successful campaign. It's great that you're able to pull so many people in, but then don't fucking lie to us and tell us that we're a party and that we're going to do this various stuff, that we're going to work on policy and that we're going to elect people. Like, be upfront. Ed, the way Jamin and I were able to organize Washington State is when we finally got fed up and realized there was no help coming to us from the national organization. I called Jamin up last November. I said, look, dude, there is no help. There is no one else.
Yeah.
My hub members, I had a hub meeting and I said, I got to quit. I'm not doing this right.
I know
I'm
people
not
have questions
right
about
now.
Jerry. Jerry was right about that. Whatever controversies around Jerry, I love you, man. Don't be mad at your boy Ed. I'm telling you, right? He would say that too. It don't fucking matter. Just set up the shit, start organizing, shut the fuck up, and start organizing. Go. Love it.
And Jerry gave me advice that was integral in our success. That is all, right? Like
Fuck yeah.
I was not convinced at the end that Jerry was on the same path I was on.
I get that too, but you know, I respect what he brought to the game. I respect his words, and he contributed. And you know, I could respect none of that. And well, I want you back, bro. I want you with us,
let me
man.
say,
Come on.
I put out a message through a back channel asking Jerry to contact me, and I will say publicly, Jerry, I'd love you to contact me. You know, we're connected on Signal. Give me a call, man. So, right, like I thought Jerry's motivations might have been different than my motivations.
Hey,
I thought that
there's all kinds in this game.
But
you gotta learn to work together.
As I've said, I will work with anyone that I believe legitimately wants to challenge this system.
I do.
Anyone who is working to change this in favor of the people as opposed to the fucking powerful, you're on my fucking team. Let's find out a way to work together, right? Solidarity is what we need. So I'm down with that. I told my crew, like, there's no one above us. I sent out a big email when I realized there was no one else and that I wanted to quit, but my hub said no. Jamin and I sent out a couple hundred emails, and when I got people to our meeting, I said, listen, you all joined thinking there was a People's Party.
There is one, God damn it. There's one.
No one else. It's just us.
That's
if you
right.
want to organize a People's Party, come back next week, and you are self-selecting to sit on Washington's coordinator circle, and we will figure out how to make a party together.
So wait a second. Okay. So you guys weren't alone, because you guys were because you guys were leaders of a movement. There was also California was leaving, Connecticut was leaving, Oregon was leaving.
That's true. Yeah.
What happened, And you guys were kind of like the leaders. You guys went the furthest. You got the paperwork done. That's a lot. What's the result with all those other places? Are they still going off? Are they talking to you guys? What's up?
They are. Like we talked several of those states back from the brink.
Brink of what? Of dissolving? Brink of rejoining nationals? What?
Of trying to become their own thing. Like I have long said, like if I wanted to be part of a fringe party here in Washington State, we have a pirate party. If I wanted to be part of a fringe party, I could have joined the pirate party. I want to be part of a new major party of the people. I want to be a part of a party that gives people a voice nationwide. And so I made the argument when people were talking about leaving, disbanding. I had Jamin call up Marvin Street in California. I called up Christian Ivana, rest his soul, in Oregon. And I was like, listen, here's the deal, man. I know it's rough. I know it's bad. I know no one's helping you. But here's the fact. If the way our system is set up, if they're going to be a nationwide party, they need state parties. And if you're the dude that organizes in the state, then you're the dude who's going to be fucking representing that state. So stand the course and organize your fucking state, man. Like,
so you know, I also have this one thing that I really like to push right now is the coalition, the unified platform for 22. I think it's a great solution. Once again, right, it's a coalition. So the thing is that, right, I believe that all plans, especially mission critical tasks, need contingencies. If it should fail, right, you don't want to have no plan B, right? Some people, right, they have like self-defense techniques, and then if the person doesn't attack them in exactly that way, they have no, right, they're frozen paralysis. So I'm with the party, I'm with the People's Party, because I'm with the fucking people, not Nick Braun. Nick Braun is a person, though. So get on board and fucking help us out, motherfucker. Anyways, and still, if that doesn't work out, we can still all work together through the coalition. And I'm part of both at the same time.
I do not know about the coalition, Ed, but send me the information. I will, because truthfully, so here's the deal. Like, I don't get to make the rules. I'm just representing the people that I organized, and if I go off the rails, they will replace me. And I don't get to choose
I could
have
tell
to-
you you're the people's type, man. You're not going nowhere. You're the people's choice. You're the people's champ, man. I could hear what you're saying.
Well, I told the people I organized that I will stay this course with them until someone better comes along. Like, I know I'm just a fucking carpenter, and I'm just a guy who stepped up when I saw a need, and that's fine. Someone more competent will come along, and that will be great. And if National had the same viewpoint, we wouldn't be having the problems we're having, right? Like, if everyone was like, not for themselves, but for the movement, for the party, for the people, it wouldn't be as big of an issue. So
I think we can work with multiple frameworks.
Of
Some people
course.
will be more right. Some people want to be followers. Some people want to have like that, like not worry about stuff, right? That's unfortunately a lot of like, if I think they call the lump and proletariat, right? By if you're a book reader, or you could just say people that just don't give a fuck about politics. Either way, they just want to go to work, come home, play the games, and just not really give a fuck. You know what I mean? And they have a right to do that too. But those of us who are committed, right? And the thing is that I'd ask you to, I hear what you're saying with the humility and like, but you know what? Fuck humility, to tell you the truth too. The thing is that, right, there's not a lot of people who are ready to step up. And the thing is that, right, we are outnumbered, we are outgunned, we are outfinanced. There's no hesitation in this. You got to be all the way the fuck in, because we are facing 1 to 200. What's the size of the fucking Democratic Party? 44 million. What's the size of the Green Party? 100 to 150,000, 200,000? That's 200 to 1 odds, motherfucker. You know what I mean? You got to be gung the fuck ho. You got to be ready to go all the fucking way. But honestly, there's sleeping giants out there. Like I said before, we're trying to awaken the student movement, the labor movement, right? We're trying to also awaken the public housing unit, right? They're fucking huge. And either way, I will awaken this beast one way. 99%, I'm telling you, it's ready to fucking happen.
And we live in an us versus them world. Our problem on the left is we need to accurately define who is us and who is them.
Well, what
Right.
is left? I'm not really left. I'm not sure I'm left. What is left?
All right, that's good. That's good. I shouldn't have actually used that word left, honestly. I am very left. And I will define left as someone who is radically democratic, who is radically self-reliant, who is radically believes that neighbors should care for themselves. And the purpose of government is the mutual good.
I'll tell you where the
that-
problem comes up. The problem
What?
comes up when people get into that social cultural stuff. They start talking about, you know what I mean? That's when people start to get upset. So what's your
No,
deal
you're
on
right.
that thing?
You're right. No, I think you want to know my personal deal on that thing? I mean, I am way
How are you going to
super
work with them? How are you going to work with people who might not have...
I am way super left, and this is not my fucking party. Like, I'm not creating a fucking super leftist eco-socialist party. Those fucking exist. If I wanted that, I'd be there. Like, what I think is that the true us versus them is the people who have to fucking grind every goddamn day to make a living.
Hell
If you have
yeah.
to fucking grind to survive, to pay your fucking rent, to eat your food, to pay your mortgage, to support your kids, to think that you don't have to work until you die, if you have to get up in the morning and grind, you're a fucking worker.
This
I don't care
guy's
if you're
the
working
fucking
12
embodiment of a saying. It's called, there's very few people who want this, but he wants equality, not privilege. And I fucking respect that.
Amen.
That's a real one,
Amen.
motherfucker. That's a real one. You know what I mean? That's a real one. He don't want to be special. He has his own viewpoint. It's not above anyone else's. You know what I mean? He's just one of the people. Fuck yeah, man. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
Fuck
all
yeah.
of
That's
us.
what I'm all about, bro.
We are us. If you have to fucking grind for a living, you are a worker. You are us. And the fuckers who get to sit on their couch every day and let their money make their living for them, they are them.
They're not worth more than
No.
us. They're not. They get to be part of it, but they're not worth
They
more
are
than
worth-
us at all.
They are worth less than us. You want to fucking
Maybe
sell
a little bit. There's still people too, huh? Yeah, there's still people. When they go on the fringes, look. I don't represent all the people. I have to tell you I'm sorry to tell you the truth. Yeah. I'm not here for all the people. I'll tell you my little secret. Yeah. I'm here for the people that are left behind. I'm for the people that, right? The people that are none heard, the minorities, the ones who will be, the dissenters. I am there to
Amen.
protect them. but we are part of the People's Party too, and
Amen.
you know what I mean. And we benefit from a more democratic and a more, society like that. We benefit from
Let
that.
me
straight
just
up.
expand it. Like all the people who are oppressed, all the people who are left behind, they are just the first of.
Yo,
Right, like-
out of that fucking march, right? I did the fucking most work on disabilities. Yo, all the Neo coordinators, they had never done any events with any disability. They were clueless. I was telling them the whole thing, and I'm the one who got canceled. Get the fuck out of here. I was pissed, man. Yo, Lee Camp, tell me fucking one regulation on disability fucking events. Shut the fuck up, man. You know nothing. Lee Camp. Don't cancel me, man, on account of Lee Camp. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not mad at you, Lee Camp, but don't think that you get to fucking be above me. You must be fucking. You get the. Not. Yo, wait till you see me live, bro. Wait till you see me live, man. Yeah, you're gonna love my videos.
The fact is, all of us, if you have to work to survive, you're a worker. If you don't have to work, if what you do to survive is exploit others, then you're one of them.
Yeah.
And I am, if you're one of them, then I'm not a bulldog, I'm a scab stomper, man. Like people forget the union movement was like the compromise to us dragging you out of your homes and beating you to death in front of your families. Like fucking knock it the fuck off, bitches. You can sit there in your goddamn rich fucking kingdoms with your private security forces. You know what's gonna happen?
Easy. We have actually some of the revolutionaries that I chill with. They trigger off some of the nonviolent, like the pacifist types. So there's some people that's in the chat, that's in the Yellow chat, and I know like when we start talking like that, they're gonna get triggered. You know what I mean? So. You know what I mean? Yo, trust me, we men of peace. You know what I mean? We men of peace, for real, yeah? Yeah. But sometimes we get worked up. We passionate about this because we've been putting time and work into this, yo. You sit on your armchair and judge, bro. Put your time and effort and get thrown in the trash again and again. You know what I mean? You feel some type of way, for real.
I appreciate you. And let me clarify, because I have had a couple of beers here.
Yeah.
If you are going to be a member of the People's Party of Washington, we expect a pledge of nonviolence in all actions and activities with the People's Party. We expect adherence to the nonviolence movement within our party. And I feel that very strongly and very deeply. And then, in my duties personally, I personally don't feel that we would have had a cop convicted of murder if there weren't precincts burning down as the visible alternative. I do not believe that Dr. Martin Luther King's movement would have been successful if Malcolm had not also been calling for violent liberation through the Nation of Islam, and if the Panthers had not been taking care of their own neighborhoods and watching the oppressors who were fucking taking advantage of them.
We're not taking any tools off the table. No tools off the table. We have a preference. I prefer by peace. But if you try to kill me, I'm gonna defend myself. There's no question about it.
In my party work, all party activities must be peaceful.
Yeah.
And for
I want to be peaceful.
Liberation, I will not dictate how any community needs to fight for their liberation. I will instead stand in solidarity with any community that needs to fight for liberation, because I am not in your community. I have not walked in your shoes. I have not faced your oppression.
I appreciate
that. Do not have the right to tell you how to fight for fucking liberation. I only have the ability to stand with you. So that is like I am personally believe in nonviolence in my movement, and I believe that all prongs are necessary for social change.
I think that we might be able to get a very good resolution from the unified platform about anti-war and stuff like that. So let's see what we could do about that. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I sorry, had a couple of beers, as I said. Right.
Hell yeah, man. Live your life, man. Live your life, man.
Washington knows that I am a firebrand, that I am angry, that I am far left, and they know very confidently that I am not trying to tell them what to think. That I listen to them, that my job as chair of Washington is to talk to the people who are in our party and hear what it is they want to do and represent those interests.
Actually, I'm really interested in that right now because, to tell you the truth, DJ Elf 7 is a man of the little people, right? So tell me about some of the volunteers that are kicking ass right now, because you know what? It's about, right? It's not about us. It's about lifting up, right? So tell me about some things that's going on, man. Big ups.
Amen. Okay. So we've got a lot of things happening here in Washington that are really exciting. So we've been doing candidate vetting events and we're building solidarity. Like, we are trying to uplift the others who are, whether they're leftists or not, to be completely honest. Like, I am not. I think we need a populist party, right? I think we need to learn to stand in solidarity. So we are, even though MPP doesn't like it, like, if they are Democrats who are running as progressives, we are questioning them. We are taking, like, we are not at the point yet where we are offering endorsements or support as a party. But what we are doing is offering a platform, and we are trying to be the coordinators. I have one of our volunteers, Rebecca, out in Spokane, is working hard with the progressives and other parties to build up these networks. Jamin is out there working, grinding fucking daily to find the other activists. Like,
yeah,
because we're a small group still, we're a small party, we're brand new, and the idea that you can be a brand new party and then just change the system, like, from the outside, is an elitist fucking, that's ridiculous. That's not how that fucking works, right? So
what if we had a people's convention? You said that some of the groups are still in, like Oregon, like Connecticut, like, Seattle, right? Maybe New York as well. What if we had, like, a people's convention, but we organize that shit?
When MPP, I shouldn't actually say this, but I'm going to, because I'm on my fourth beer now. But when MPP released their National Organizing Committee proposal, a proposal that I personally think is undemocratic and disenfranchising, but I'm going to not talk about it a whole lot right this moment. But when they released that, we organized the People's Party Congress. We had a meeting yesterday, and I invited any current volunteers, any former volunteers, any petitioners who wanted to show up and discuss how to respond to MPP's undemocratic proposal, join up and have a discussion. And it was, let me say, great to have so many former volunteers there. I saw people I have not seen in 8 months. Mags was there. Joy Bunton in Chicago was there.
Oh, Lisa Joy's out of MPP?
Oh yeah. She got purged. Yeah. And there's no. She got purged with
she was supposed to be going to the meeting where I was kicked out. So honestly, they kept her out of the meeting too. And we were asking about it. I was going to ask her for her testimony on that, but I didn't want to get her involved. You know what I mean? But yeah, she's witness to me, right? She couldn't get into the meeting either. Also Shane, who was a graphic designer. I'm going to say it on the stream right now. Just fucking snitching. Snitch 9.
We invited many of them, and we did not have an agenda, but here's the thing, man. If we're going to build an actual people's party, fuck the party. If we're going to build an actual movement that can challenge the establishment.
Yo, Joy's from Chicago. That's the third largest market. New York, Chicago. I got people in LA. 1, 2, 3. Where you at? Seattle? Larry's up there. Justice News Network. You know about that? Yo. A national network right now. A media network right the fuck now of the people. For real.
And I feel like that's what Jerry was doing, right? Like, he wanted to create a media thing that was like a people's media network.
Where's his videos at? I got a shit ton, bro.
I don't know how far he's come along with that, because, like, there's so much work to be done. Like, I had to fucking define what we are going to do in Washington to keep our heads down and do the thing, right? Like, we need more people. We need comrades to do all the rest of the work. No one person can do all the things. So we had a People's Party Congress. Congress maybe is a bad word. Mostly it was a meeting of new volunteers, current volunteers, former volunteers, and petitioners. We'll be having another one on Saturday. Let me check the time really quick. For anyone
That's
who
tomorrow.
that is tomorrow. Let me get the time real quick, and let's put this out there. Fuck,
Hell
I'll post
yeah.
a link for you. Like anyone who has ever volunteered with MP.
Do y'all have like a Slack or anything?
Washington State has a Gilded that we use for our own state organizing.
Okay. What happened?
Let me-
Yeah. Okay.
Let me.
I have the chat on my screen, so if you type in it, people should be able to see what you type in the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna drop a link to our meeting tomorrow. Let me
Sure.
I gotta get to my calendar. I've got like 5,000 fucking windows open, and none of them appear to be a calendar. So
Oh,
give me
okay,
a
man.
second.
Yeah, I'm looking for this lighter, man. Oh, I know where I got lighter stashed.
Give me a second to log into my People's Party account here.
Wait, you got what? Yo, you installed the app?
Oh no. So the Washington People's Party, we created People's Party of
That's
Law.
dope. All right, you guys have your own website thing? That's fucking dope, man.
We absolutely have our own website, and no, but that's still at Gmail. Where is my actual?
Did you see the stuff that I was saying about the Medicare for all, like the computer stuff? Like I had concerns about people were like concerned about the emails, but there was AV stats, right? Like IP addresses. There's all kinds of information that website was able to collect that never became available. Access logs, things like that. You know what I mean? That data is helps us to better understand our audience. What kind of devices they use to access the web page. You know what I mean? Are they using Apple products? Are they using Android? All right. At what times are they accessing? You know what I mean? Which graphics do they click on the most? You know what I mean? That can help me to help understand the audience better. I'm into
Fair
those
enough,
things.
yeah.
I'm into those things. But that data wasn't shared with me, but it's shared with fucking Nick Braun, I bet.
Almost certainly.
He didn't go to a single meeting. It's Joni. You know Joni? Yo, I'm gonna say names, yo. It's Joni, man.
Oh, in LA?
Yeah. You know Joni?
Yes. Yes.
Why is she so? I don't remember her from back in the day. She's new, but she's really eager to serve Nick everything. Why?
I have not spoken with Joni a whole lot, but I'll say the same thing that I feel like Nick does a decent job of recruiting. MPP is an advertising campaign to bring people in, and what Nick does pretty well. And people who join the MPP, overwhelmingly, in my opinion, are dedicated, committed people who just want change. And if MPP was willing to empower them and put them to work, they would already fucking have a national.
The only
party.
thing popping up with Nick Braun is fucking Jimmy Dore. That's it. He has no person. He just doesn't have very strong personality of his own. If he had to rock on himself, yo, I don't see him doing shit. What do you think?
I cannot. Nick and I don't really know each other. I have had a single personal conversation.
He's so soft, bro.
All I can say.
He's
not
softer than Justin Bieber. I swear Justin Bieber could beat his ass.
I'm not gonna trash talk, and I'm not gonna trash talk.
I'm not even trying to trash talk, man. I'm just being real. I'm not even trying to talk shit. Justin Bieber got a 6-pack or some shit. You know, I don't know.
All those guys, I bet both Nick and Justin and yourself, I bet all three of y'all look way better than me with my shirt off.
That's
I'm an old broken down man.
I think you fuck up Nick Braun easily. That's not even important, though. That's not important. That's not here or there. That's just stupid talk. Anyways, yeah.
I will say that I think Nick Braun organized a thing that I could not have organized. I could not have made that people's the convention, the People's Convention last year. I could not have made that come
because you're too
I
real.
do not know anyone else who's currently in the People's Party. Sorry, you said something.
The
I'll hear you.
revolution will not be televised. The way that's being set up now, the importance of the celebrities in the current manifestation of what people are accepting as the People's Party, which they shouldn't.
No, they should not. There is no
is actually what is it? it's actually sabotaging the party itself and makes it unable to be, it makes it immune to the cries of the people who are truly on the edges. Look, I've been on welfare multiple times. Currently, I'm in huge college debt. I'm an actual poor person, and they don't have time to hear me. Even though I was one of the first, I was the first to document my visit to force the vote. I've been working on this issue longer. I organized. We went to Schumer's. I organized the biggest action for MPP. Right, I was the New York City coordinator. Come on. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. You were a fucking Washington. What states are doing as good as Washington right now? Not many. For MPP, all the best states are ready to move out.
Because every state is different, we are all like, because the laws about building parties are different. Like, we are all in slightly, it's an apples and oranges comparison. You can't say that Washington is farther than Massachusetts, is farther than Colorado. I would say those three states anyway are all at about the same level. I think Massachusetts, Colorado, and Washington are about the same. We have about the same size organization, and we all have about the same level of officialness and legal status, though that status is different in each state because Massachusetts, Colorado, and Washington have different ways to become parties. I would say that us three are the most developed. I helped certify the vote of Massachusetts State Central Committee and State Executives Committee today. I know it's a legitimate vote of actual volunteers, and they just today are probably seating their formal state leadership. I know that Colorado has a state leadership, and they have an actual formal process, formal bylaws, formal committees. They are in the process of drafting resolutions against MPP's National Organizing Committee proposal. And incidentally, their elected state chair is also MPP's general counsel. But he's also a no. And
right now, the Green Party and the Libertarian Party are co-suing New York State due to like ballot access restrictions and shit like that.
Yeah, it's terrible. New York's terrible.
So maybe there might be some way for you guys to already build right with other third parties, right? I would have liked to see like at that convention that they had more, assistance with other third parties, right? Instead of like always cutting them down. We're too small, and we need to like work together instead of being we're the only choice out here.
Here in Washington, that is our specific proposal. And I have not gotten it as an official resolution with our group yet, but that is the discussion we're having, and that is the path we are on. If I could convince Washington not to run any candidates for the next few years, I would love to do that. I would prefer our People's Party to become the coordinating arm of all the other people who are challenging the establishment. If we could become the coordinators of all the movements and the coordinators of all the parties, we can start saying like, hey, here in Tacoma, Socialist Alternative has the best candidate for city council. But here in Grays Harbor County, it's the Progressive Party. And down here in Vancouver, it's the Greens, right? And let's work for the day when our biggest fucking problem is there's a socialist and a green competing for fucking governor. Okay. That would be the ideal.
I run with a lot of groups, just so you know. I run with the Justice Democrats. I run with the Republicans. I run with, all the groups. I was on Pete Buttigieg's mailing list. Not that I'm a fan of his, but I know what kind of messaging his people get, and I know when they get their messaging, and I know what they're asked for, and I can see the similarities between his messaging and other people's messaging. So I know people like to watch the news and hear what's going on. I get to hear it from in the campaign as if I was one of them. You get what I mean? Yeah. And one of the groups that I'm closest to is the Tulsi clan over here, right? I do actually share, I'm a big fan of that group, but Tulsi, been quiet. Come on, girl. Fucking need you to say something, or come on now. I get you comfortable. I know you did a lot. But anyways, let's get back to the thing. What I said was, even though our group is very small, right? Yeah? We can be the glue that holds all the pieces together and still be, right, very powerful. And because we are small, we can be trusted. We do not have the power to overthrow. All we have is our word. All we have is the truth. You can trust us because we have nothing to lose. We will give you the truth, so we will work with you and be honest. And we can be the glue that holds it together. I'm with you. That's what I've been saying too, 100%.
When I am reaching out, I've had members ask me, I ask people to reach out to the organizations they're associated with.
You know why? Because we care about getting the shit done. We don't care about keeping Nick Braun in power. We don't give a shit about that. We care about getting. That's why we have such similarity here.
Yeah,
you get this.
Yeah, no, in the state, people say, what do I tell them we want? And I say, tell them we want to know how we can help them.
Yeah.
Like every time I meet
oh my
someone,
God, you get it. Thank God. Thank God. We don't want to hear Nick Braun fucking talk about his bullshit for another half hour and then peace out without having any honest discussion. Come on, man.
No, right. Like I don't have an ask. I want you to understand how small we are and what our finances look like so you understand our limits. And then I want to know, how can we help you? Like we are a small group, and the only way we are going to be successful is if we build relationships with all of the real ones who have fucking been doing this work for fucking decades. Right? Like you can't fucking try to do it yourself. There's already people who have spent way more time studying every fucking issue than I have. They spent way more time on the ground doing the actual work.
Let me share a story with you that may be very powerful for you right now. This actually may get you a lot of people in your group camp right now. Now, the thing is that here in, I was actually active for a long time. I remember that I was, back in the days, I think we all supported Obama. Like, we thought Obama was a great hope, you know what I mean? And the thing is that back in that era, there was something called RAD that was passed. And the thing is that they said they were having problems paying for repairs in public housing. So what they did was they said, that they have to bring in private money to fix up the projects. Okay, so now, wait a second. Okay, so what do you think those companies get for repairing the projects? Because that's the question that was immediately asked. What do you think?
They get the contracts. They get the guarantee that they're going to get the fucking government money in the future.
Wait a second. Okay, remember the original setup, right? They don't have the money to do the repairs. So they're going to get the money. That money's not coming. Oh. So what are they going to get for doing the repairs?
Well, because at first I would think they're going to get the money shuttled to them. But if the money's not coming, then they're getting the property.
There you go. They're getting the whole fucking property. So the response to that was, wait a minute, that doesn't sound good, right? So it was told to us that that it would be a two-part fight. And to tell you, that fight has come to fruition today. Because the thing is, it was told that people who are living there's something called sweat equity, and they could do some of the repairs themselves and start to own that property themselves. And by the way, once that housing goes from public housing to private housing, it will be a fucking huge leap in the property value. But the thing is that, right, these people are not being told. So that fight is not being continued in a critical way because the developers are just buying these people out without telling them. They're getting fucked. And the thing is that, let me show you how deep the developers are in the pockets over here in New York City, okay? It may be going on over in your area too, so listen carefully, okay? Just to provide a little bit of perspective for you, right? When we talk about education, I told you maybe off camera, I'm not sure if I told you about education. What's the main topic that everybody talks about? Student loan cancellation, right?
Of course, yeah.
Anything else they talk about? No. Okay? But the fact of the matter is, right, you have a highly corrupt system, right, which they're just feeding in with their dollars, and they wanted that to continue. And they'll keep feeding that beast any way possible with the fucking loan forgiveness for the fuck, but they will not shut off the fucking corrupt money scheme that's going on there. So we look at the public housing. Oh, this is sick. Oh, it's such a twisted game. But okay, so the thing is that the developers, right, you take a look at each here in the city during COVID, rent and public housing went up. How about over there in Seattle? Did that happen as well?
Of course it did.
The easiest thing for the politicians, election primary season was now, right? They came to the fucking ghetto, the projects like crazy, right? With their flyers like looking like this and shit, you know what I mean? But they could have fucking said, we're not asking the rent to be free. We're not asking for you to reduce. We're just saying keep the shit the same during this COVID shit. Nope, they couldn't do that. Why? Now let's understand, because the thing is that here in New York City, right, there's 3 classifications of housing. 1, public housing. 2, Section 8 affordable housing, which is a new form of apartheid. I'm going to tell you about that, yeah? And free market housing. So the thing is that, right, they're rolling these people off of Section 9 into Section 8, right, from public housing to this privatized housing, yeah? And they're selling them out. They're losing out about, honestly, I would say maybe, you know how much real estate is in New York City, right? I would say the worth that they're losing is over $500,000, for each person. That's incredibly crazy. And you know here's what's sick though. Here's another sick, twisted part to it. Who's buying these projects? You want to know? Who's the number one landowner in New York City? NYU. And who bought the Kips Bay projects and buying many of these projects?
Really?
Cornell Pace. These schools, these corrupt schools, I'm Asian American, right? We fucking dominate academics. You don't see us in the fuck, it's a lie. These schools that overcharge our children and ruin their fucking financial futures. My future has been ruined by student debt. Fuck school. What are they doing with that money? These for-profit institutions that are educational but tax-free, for-profit institutions, right? What are they doing with that amazing amount of money they're charging our children? They're buying out the fucking hood as a profit scheme. What the fuck is this? Yo, y'all need to wake the fuck up and fight for your property. Do not move off when they try to sell it. Do your own repairs. What they doing here, they do a whole bunch of bullshit repairs. they're the guys of helping these people, and they're just fucking taking the apartments over. Y'all are getting robbed. So right now we're telling the people in the projects, look at how much they have to gain. They have nothing to lose and everything to gain by staying in that property while it gentrifies, while the thing changes hands. They should fight to stay there. And if there's money to pay for rent assistance, wait, this was what was told during the Obama era, okay? If this fight is two-part and you cannot fuck it up. Much love out to Fight for Nitro, right? Yeah? He says that I'm a bad guy in this. Why? Because remember how the minorities got fucked with the adjustable rate mortgages? You must say if there is money to pay for rent assistance, there's money to pay for mortgage assistance. It's the same fucking amount of money. But you get to own it at the end. If someone's going to own that shit, it better be you, not some fucking corporate fucking developer. Yeah? It's about time for the people to get a hold of the property. Let's fucking go.
I won't argue. I was taking advantage of some local Democrats and their fucking trainings during the last recruitment for campaigns, right? And I ran into a city council member, and I talked about how I am an advocate for my unhoused neighbors. So when I started organizing for MVP, I was instead organizing direct action barbecues for the people living on the bike trails out behind my shop, right? And he asked me, what would I have done with COVID and the rent crisis? I said, well, I mean, if I were king of the world, if you live in a house, you own that house. You live in an apartment, you own that. I don't, property landlords, fuck them. Like you don't deserve wealth because you own. I believe housing is a human right, like healthcare, and like if you deserve a place to live.
Yeah.
Period. I don't understand. I'm gonna trigger your nonviolent fans. I don't understand why every time there isn't a fucking sweep of unhoused encampments, the people who are swept don't fucking go burn down the rich neighborhoods. If as the cops sweep you around, you take fucking mason jars of gasoline and start burning down the richest fucking neighborhood you can, they might stop sweeping. If they just knew that every time a sweep happened, another rich neighborhood burned down.
I'm telling you that day's coming. That day's coming. I'm not. Yo, I tell you because I've been out there. I've been out there. I'm telling you that's the truth.
Anyone engaged in arson. I am not advocating.
I'm not either, but I'm telling you that day's coming.
I just don't understand why it's not happening yet. I do not recommend anyone go burn down a rich person's neighborhood.
Honestly,
I'm just shocked that it doesn't happen already.
To tell you the truth, that sentiment is out there, and some people are. They don't advertise when it does happen, but trust me, that thing does happen on occasion.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I do not advocate for violence, and I do not understand why it is not like these rich boss motherfuckers are exploiting us all until we fucking die, and self-defense is a real.
They're literally teaching that as a valid way of achieving their goals. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you guys had that happen to you, then obviously it's something that you start thinking about doing back to them. I mean, it's just natural. That's it. It's not like.
It's always been like, I have always been like, philosophically, not practically. Let me clarify. Philosophically, if you are going to break my strike, if you're going to be a scab, if I'm on strike with my boss and you fucking cross my line, you are taking food out of my kid's mouth.
Yeah.
You are choosing to make me homeless. And I know that you're also just another working soul. I get it. And it's way easier for me to attack you than it is to attack the boss, right? Like, it's way easier to follow you home and make sure your car won't get you to work in the morning than it is for me to go to the boss with his private fucking army. So it's better just not to be a fucking class traitor. Like, don't do that shit. But so
yeah, it's not good.
I no, it's all bad. It's all bad. The fact that these fuckers steal from us to the point that this is a legitimate discussion, that working fucking people can consider who's the right person to hurt, when the reality is we shouldn't be hurting fucking anyone, right? That is a fucking travesty. The fact that they are abusing us so much that hurting our friends and neighbors becomes a legitimate, whether it's through direct action or just through stealing their jobs and taking the food out of their kids' mouths.
Yeah,
like the fact that you're willing to hurt your neighbor for those fucking rich motherfuckers is a travesty.
You know, the thing is that it might be easy for these people who, like, you know, I have love for the pacifists, but when you get closer to the people that are really suffering, and you have to watch them suffer, and the violence of that experience, you know what I mean? You want to end that violence that's happened to that person, right? And sometimes you're willing to use extreme measures, and
the violence is,
you know, it is, like when you get turned away.
People are being hurt. Real people are suffering right now.
If you don't have an insurance card and you get turned away, you know what I mean, and they basically just fuck you, you're on your own. You get to suffer, maybe even to the point of death. Fuck you, you're on your own. That level of uncare for you is going to really affect you the way that you start treating someone who treats you like that.
Legit.
You're like, oh yeah, it's like that, okay.
Legitimately, yeah. You know, you get hurt enough, you're willing to fucking hurt back. And the fact is, not having a home fucking hurts. Yeah. Not knowing how you're going to pay your rent fucking hurts. Not knowing how you're going to put food in the belly of yourself or your kids fucking hurts.
When you get swept up, right? Yeah, you lose shit, you know what I mean? And you already have so little. And how mad are you? I had that one fucking thing. Maybe that one chair, you know what I mean? That was my favorite chair that I found outside in the dump. And I took it to my spot, and that's my chair. But there was a sweep amount. Fuck, I can't have that fucking chair. Yo, that shit just drive you crazy. Fuck it, that's the one. I have sometimes just some little shit like that. You know what I mean? Honestly, when you're like that, that's how it is.
In Seattle, Ed, it is not even like when I was a kid, you thought of the homeless as like the guys who are sleeping in doorways. But that is not the case anymore. The homeless in Seattle, these are working fucking people. These are people who have lost their jobs and they spend their last goddamn paycheck to buy a tent. And they find a place to put their tent so they can still go to fucking work. And then the fucking SPD pigs who fucking train with the goddamn Israeli fucking soldiers come in there and cut your shit up and throw your shit in the fucking garbage and make you be treated like a fucking animal. And now what have you got? You're supposed to be a working goddamn person who's fighting for yourself.
Yeah.
Those fucking pigs are class traitors, and all these fucking people who want to hurt working people deserve fucking no fucking.
I feel you, but hold it, easy, right? Yeah, just so you know, right? Yeah, no, that's cool, man. I love you, man. But check this out, though. Yeah, I've also worked with cops as well. Just so you know, you've heard of Serpico? Have you heard of Serpico?
All cops are bastards. We're gonna have a long talk about this. They all
hold up a second. Have you heard of Serpico?
I have heard of Serpico.
Okay, a cop who called out corruption in the police department, right?
So, don't exist anymore, but yes.
Yeah, there's also a guy named Edwin Raymond who called out racist quotas in the New York City Police Department, right? Yeah. There's also Stephen Lee right now who's working on a redefinition of the Knapp Commission due to corruption inside of hookers placed inside of Flushing, Queens. You know what I mean? These are cops who are willing to call out other cops and hold them accountable. And that's really what we need. So the thing is that I had a police reform event. I had the only third party and independent, right, just so you know, debate here in New York City, right? I hosted that shit. You know what I mean? We also had another panel discussion where we had like candidates who've actually had experience with as police officers. Not only that, but we also had another panelist who was a former inmate who was running for public advocate. So we got both sides of it. Now, I've actually done, this is not actually a big fucking up for me, okay? Because it just shows the shitty state of the police department, okay? But I've actually done some training, self-defense for police officers. And the thing is that, right, when they come to me for training, they are literally given so little fucking training that they fucking come to fucking go on Craigslist and find me, you know what I mean? Because they're just looking for anything. Because they have so little, they're scared out there. They don't know. Some of them get trained and they learn jujitsu and shit, and then they're trying like noobs on shit. People on, like, you know what I mean? They people too, and I get your frustration. So I've been through the bad parts and the good parts. You get what I mean? I've been through both of it, and I get your frustration. And you're right, the power is actually problematic, and they do pick people, and there is a huge culture of corruption there, and not talking shy and non-accountability. But the ones who do stand up for the right things, the ones who are willing to challenge at great cost to themselves, right? Yeah, you know Serpico was shot, right? Yeah? Yo, like, you know what I mean? Yo, Stephen Lee's like, you know, constantly going to these meetings where they try to like fucking get rid of him. You know what I mean? They fucking with them. You know what I mean? So I'm standing with those guys.
Any cop who truly will report the others who are abusing
that's what we need.
People, I applaud.
Yeah.
Any cop who will testify against
they are doing that. I'm with them.
Applaud. There are so few, and that whole bad apple analogy, right?
But when they're there, I'm by their side. When they're there, so I'm with them.
When they exist, I will be by their side, but I think they are so rare. I knew a cop in Olympia who I thought was a really great guy. He moved up there to avoid, you know, the violence of South Central LA. But he had a partner who just fucking wanted to shoot people. Like, he had a partner who just, bitch was pulling his gun out in my store all the time as a joke.
Fuck the people get into the job, man. It's for real.
Yeah. So,
plus, honestly, the job changes you. Police officers have a high suicide rate. People are always fucking lying to you. And remember, right? Yeah? Yo, honestly, some dude might have just tried to fucking sucker punch you. You know what I mean? And you might just have the adrenaline and be angry and shit.
Here's the problem, Ed. Yeah. Here's the problem. Policing is for butts and brass. It is not for people.
Yeah.
Policing is about looking for things that are at a fucking place.
You're right. I agree. I agree. Not all cops understand that. Or, you know what I mean? They just thought they signed up for a job. Oh, I want to be a police officer. You know what I mean? Like, there's some of them really living that life. Some of them went corrupt too. Oh, a lot of them. Some of them were straight assholes. Oh, my God, yo. Sexual harassers. I know stories, yo. Some of them are super corrupt, right? Yeah. Oh, my God. Yo, I know about that shit too.
But there's also, like, I can see. I mean, it's designed that way. It's designed
I've seen so many sides of it, yeah.
Working class people who only have a high school education can fucking make six figures. Like, it's designed to build class traders, people who are desperate because the bosses want us all desperate. That allows them to take advantage of us. So they deliberately put a class of people that they can make desperate and give them the advantage, give them the power, give them the ability to be above the law, the ability to be extrajudicial executioners and torturers.
But there's class traders everywhere. There's class traders in the office. There's class traders in the fucking, you know, in the movement. There's class traders everywhere.
There's class traders everywhere, and there are institutions that are designed to grow class traders.
I won't argue that. Yeah, I'm not sure that I might have told every single one of them. You know what I mean? But I do understand the frustration, and I appreciate that. We need those voices out there. You know what I mean? We can't all be on the exact same wavelength. And honestly, by having there's like the police union goes on one fucking stupid extreme, and we need other voices to kind of like bring it into balance.
Now I've got to say a thing. Because you got me to talk about personal shit, and I am a far left extremist. I organize to avoid extremism, and the people I've organized in Washington State know that I do not put my voice ahead of theirs. I tell them all up front that this is your party. If it was going to be my party, it'd be a super fucking extreme party because I'm a hard left motherfucker.
Okay, wait, quick question for you, yeah? So a lot of the people at the Medicare for All March would also turn themselves that way, right? Yeah. In fact, I remember. Do you remember Savage Joy when she said, "Let's make a list of the people who are willing to get arrested"?
I do. Yep.
That was crazy, right? Yeah. Anyways, so the thing is, right? But they call the cops on me. 4 cops pushed me to the ground, bro. Right? So what's up with that, bro? I thought they were leftists, right? But they're using the cops.
No one. There's so few actual leftists.
So
right? Like,
I don't really, right?
you-
Yeah, I look at what people do. Like I know you saying it, right? And I believe you more than most, to tell you the truth. But when the time comes, we're gonna see what's up.
I hear you. No, I hear you. I've actually been saying in MPP recently that I'm a very trusting guy, and I trust what I see people do. I do not
What
trust
up?
the word out of the fuck your mouth.
Yeah. What up, man? That's for real, bro.
You're gonna
For real.
say shit, and I don't fucking trust the shit
Hell
you say.
yeah,
told me
you
about
got it,
doing
baby.
it.
But
That's
I
it.
like your style, man. I do trust you more than most. I'm telling you right now. You're saying the right things.
Jamin, well, and I don't even. I'm saying shit. What I want you to do is I want you to look at what our party does. What I want you to look at what the Washington People's Party does. I want you to look at our founding documents. I want you to look at our horizontal structure. I want you to look at our accountability. Because as Jamin said, we're going to be about it. We're not going to fucking talk about it. That's why I've not been out there on the fucking podcast and fucking talking shit. Because you can say a lot of fucking shit. Everyone says shit. Talking is fucking easy. Do a fucking thing, motherfucker. So until we did a thing, I was unwilling to say a thing. Quite frankly.
So that tomorrow, I see the meetings tomorrow from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Is that going to be
Pacific time?
Is that Pacific time? Yeah, okay. And I
Pacific
don't see the link there. I will share it on a comment on the stream, I guess, or something, or I'll share my Discords.
Under join with Google Meet, the meet.google.com. That's the actual link. You see that there?
Oh, I see it. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, I'll put that as a link in the description too. Yeah.
So this is anyone who is a current, former volunteer of MPP. If you have been.
You got the mods, right? You got the mod. You can have people, because remember one of the meetings for MPP for the Medicare for All March, someone came in and started making like all those ugly noises and shit.
I do remember that, and I will be the one. I will eject you.
Okay,
I'm
cool,
the one
good.
who's gonna
Okay.
control that shit.
Yeah.
If I start hearing shit, I will eject you. This is not. If you're a troll, fuck off. But this is for people who. I don't care if you're a current volunteer, if you're a former volunteer, if you're a petitioner. What this meeting is about is people who want to build a real party of the people / movement of the people that can challenge the establishment.
Can we get the other states in there?
Oh yeah, we had 10 states in there yesterday.
Oh, they're coming? Oh, word? Oh, that's fucking great.
We have representatives from 10 separate states there yesterday, as well as a whole bunch of old petitioners from MPP. Yeah, there was 30 people in the call yesterday, and half of them were current volunteers and half of them were purge volunteers.
Yo, maybe you guys could warm up by going to my every Saturday at I think at noon. That's 9 a.m. PST. I have the coalition meeting. I'll try to bring those guys over to this meeting. I think they have similar ideas.
I mean, I'll be there. You fucking send me you got my text, man. Text me that link. I'll be there on Saturday. That's tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be there in the morning, 9 a.m. I'll be there.
Okay, cool.
Send me the link.
I'll send the email tonight to the mailing list. Are you on the mailing list?
I don't think so.
Do I have your email?
Probably not, but I'll text you mine.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool, man. Thanks, man. All right.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I don't really know your stuff. I just saw you in the Medicare for All Slack and meetings, those national meetings.
Did you see the pictures of? Because actually, I remember. Sorry to bring up Savage Joy again, but she said that I remember one of the meeting, and also Harut. There was actually many people who said that MPP. They definitely didn't want MPP involved, right? Yeah, it wasn't just her. It was many people who said that they actually in the very beginning they had a mandate, right? Most people talk about it, not just Savage Joy. It was also I think. Sean, everybody was saying it, right? There was a mandate that they do not get involved with national. I think Joe Nice, everybody was saying it, right? There was a mandate that no national organization. So when DSA got involved, it was very controversial because they specifically, mostly for the reasons of MPP, did not want any affiliation. Then in the end, it just lurched into somehow MPP kind of like being like Nick Braun was speaking and all this other stuff. What happened? Do you know? I don't know. I was ejected.
don't know exactly. I have suspicions. Because I will say it was one of those Medicare for All meetings that and one of their national coordinator circle quitting and posting in the Slack that she was quitting because of toxic behavior by her co-coordinators, and to telling us all in political outreach, do not trust that decisions are being made in your best interest. So
Coordinator circle for the Medicare for All march?
No, for MPP. MPP had one of their national coordinators leave and call out the rest of them. And
There
at
was
the
that-
same
okay.
time,
There was that. Was it okay? There was this girl who I actually helped. I don't know if you remember. Right? There was a Medicare for All, and there was a thing, and there was some lady from MPP there, Riley, I think. Yeah. And I actually she was asking for help, and I actually offered to help her. Then she
let me just-
disappeared. What is
just
she the
let
one?
me-
Go ahead.
Let me specify. Riley identifies they them as opposed to she, and they would prefer not to be misgendered. I've talked with Riley several times. They were not the one, no, but they were a new volunteer for MPP in Texas, and they wanted to organize. They wanted to organize a march. They wanted to work with MPP, and then they found out the truth. Like lots of new volunteers find out what's going on with MPP, and they just fucking need to walk away.
They were pushing her. The MPP was pushing her,
Yes, I mean,
but then she disappeared. Yeah.
so there was a movement within MPP to create marches that were not necessarily real. There was someone within MPP that created a bunch of marches in cities that had not, in fact, been organized, and then was using that as an excuse. I went on the Medicare for All march and blew the whistle that it seemed to me that MPP was attempting to extract data from the Medicare for All march. So there was, within MPP, there was a movement to create false marches in what I believe was an effort to extract data in a similar fashion that I have heard, and I have no personal experience with, but I have heard that the Force the Vote group had their data extracted. So I will just say that I heard that behind the scenes, and when I saw in the MPP Slack a call for those of us organizing marches to make sure we uploaded all of the M4A March data into Action Network, I blew the whistle. I said, this does not seem legit to me. And
do you remember me screaming at the group that? Do you remember me screaming at the group that I was a free rights data activist?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
And we released the data to all the and democratized the process. Yeah, that was hilarious. That was quite a day.
There were. So how it transitioned, because I remember those early meetings at the mere idea that MPP was going to get involved, fucking shut national meetings down. We'd be meeting Sunday mornings, and someone would bring up the idea that MPP gets involved, and now the rest of the meeting for the next half hour, 45 minutes, is just people screaming about MPP. It's not. That's
not productive, but I get it. There's a lot of anger.
But it was what convinced me that I had to stop being quiet on MPP Slack. It's why I arranged a meeting with Braun about it, because it's like I thought that all those horseshit things that they had done and the way they treated their petitioners was going to flow by the wayside. And in Washington, we have been designing horizontal decision making and the whole circle working group structure, in part because activists on the ground have been organizing in circles for decades. And I believe that if we build a real structure in our party, that activists can say, well, look, they have a circle structure, but it's a real one. And if I volunteer, I get a vote. I can have a say in this party just by volunteering.
I'll give you everything I got if I get that. If I get that, I'll give you everything I got. That's all I ask for.
If we build that structure, they will fill it. The real ones on the ground who've been doing the work for decades, they will come fill that structure. That is why it is critical for us as a party to build that fucking structure. That's why we're building that in Washington.
This is the fucking real People's Party, man. That's it. This is what it is. This is a real fucking People's Party. That's what it is. That's what it's supposed to be. I'm not trying to be the fucking leader. You're not the leader. We're just working together. I'm fucking so down, bro.
Give the people the voice and the vote, and they will come fill that structure. That is why it is critical. And then when I got to the March for Medicare for All, and I saw how much the current regime and MPP, how much they're unforced errors, how much they're horseshit, how much they're obfuscation, how much they're lying to their volunteers about what was really going on, how much that has poisoned the name of People's Party against the actual volunteers, the actual activists who are doing the work on the ground, the people who are now hating People's Party, because I love
Nick Bonner's horse shit.
I love everyone I've recruited, but the fact is the people who are being recruited by People's Party now are primarily comfortable white liberals. And I love you all in Washington.
Ooh, let them know. You goddamn right. You goddamn right.
Like all of my fellow comfortable white liberals in Washington who I've recruited, I love you all. And right. And what
You're
we
right.
need to do is build a structure for the real ones to come and take our fucking place. That's the deal, right? Build a structure where people have a fucking voice and they will fill it. And we have not been the ones. They need us. They need us because nothing changes without comfortable white liberals getting on board. But we can't be in charge, right? Like I years ago heard a dude in Boston who said something that I wish I remembered his name. It was the most profound thing about anti-racism I've heard. He said that comfortable whites, I'm paraphrasing, comfortable whites feel like a society past racism is just like it is now, but everyone's happy. What they never pitch is that a society past racism means you give the power to shape society to someone else.
Yeah.
And that's what comfortable whites are not willing to do. They just want to still run the fucking game and everyone be happier. They just want people not to fucking fight.
You're
and I tell
absolutely
you what,
right. And
this is a
if
fucking
you're not
fight.
happy, you're the problem.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
fucked up.
That is
No.
fuck up.
Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's not right, man.
It is not right. No, it is
Yeah.
not right. So my express goal is to build a structure that the disenfranchised can fill, that will give them a voice. I have told Washington that I will step up and do this job until someone.
Like Bonner was a Democrat until like what, like 5-6 years ago? Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least you have been with the Green Party right for 20 years. You've seen the problem. You've understood the problem way before Nick Braun. Why the fuck we listen to him just because Jimmy Dore is propping him up? Otherwise, honestly, as an activist and all real activists watching this shit, please fucking tell me the truth. Who do you believe, this guy or fucking Nick Braun? You fucking decide. Tell me the real fucking ones. Post up. What's up?
I appreciate that, Ed.
No doubt, man. Yo, you know what I'm talking about.
I appreciate that.
Hey, man, this was a bomb-ass interview, man. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, yeah? It's getting a little bit late for me, and plus I want to get up with the Yellow Brick Road. Shout out to Yellow Brick Road Discord channel, YouTube channel as well, The Yellow Brick Road. I'm going back out there to talk to my boys and see what they thought about this, yeah? And you're a blessing, man. I'm fucking really excited. I was so busy, man. I was a little chopped with Mason. Go ahead.
Just anyone who wants to build a real party of the people. If your goal, fuck MPP, fuck the whole Braunas, fuck that shit. If your goal is to build a movement that can challenge the establishment, come tomorrow. I want to talk to you. I want to build a relationship.
Hell yeah. Wait, what's the deal with Lisa Pfeffer? I always felt like she's like, not really like, maybe she feels like I'm too hard, but she never talks to me. She's the leader of the petition things, but she never, I did sign the petition, but then I got kicked out from the petitioners group. They say I'm trying to burn it down by going public. I think that's their main problem with me. I'm not trying to burn anything down. I'm still MPP. Go ahead.
I remember Lisa from before she got removed back around purge time. I remember seeing her on the Slack. I kept out of Slack. I kept my head down. Like as soon as that shit happened, I said, this is the wrong strategy. Keep our head down till we have power. Like we're going to need to organize hard and fast. And then we can, once we've got power, once we are secure, I kept telling Jermaine, when we have legal status, then we can fucking make noise because then they can't kick us the fuck out. Like as soon as we are legally the Washington People's Party, we can fucking say shit. If you're not a legal thing, you're just a volunteer. They can fucking treat you like shit, kick you the fuck out. So I've met Lisa now. I met with her. I had a meeting with New York yesterday with MPP's current New York hub.
Oh, really?
Yesterday.
What about Ricky?
Ricky was not there.
What about Sharif?
Sharif was not there. I've seen Sharif on the Slack.
Who was there?
I had meetings with
Harut?
Keith, who is working. Keith, what's Keith's last name? I'm going to forget.
I don't know. I don't know Keith.
People there. I had 4 people. They're all new. They're all new. Like the oldest one was Keith, and he joined as the petition was starting to happen. Right? All of MPP is new at this point. And what's funny, like my Oregon coordinator, who also joined around the time of the petition, and he was like, "Well, let's give them a chance." That's been their secret. Is every time they push out a full range of dissenters, they get a new group who doesn't know, and the new group is like, "Well, let's give them a chance." Right. And so that's where I think much of the New York hub is now. Like they have been doing research and doing Freedom of Information Acts, and they're fed up with not being told what the real deal is. In New York, here's the real deal. MPP cannot help you. They are transitioning to a phase where they are going to become a membership compliant FEC organization, a 527, a different type of 527, one that is membership compliant so they can become a party. That is an important transition, but what it means for New York is the only thing you can ever expect from MPP is federal dollars. Once MPP makes the transition, they will have what's called a federal account. Here in Washington State, we have a non-federal account. In New York State, if you want to become a party, you need a non-federal account so you can run locals. So your moves are, and what I told the New York Hub, what I will tell anyone, you need to incorporate in New York State as a nonprofit for limited liability purposes. You need to file with the IRS as a 501c4 organization with the purpose of forming a party. You need to collect signatures for governor. You may also collect signatures for any other party, any other office you wish, but they must run as an independent, and they must identify your political organization, your 501c4 political organization, as their party. But the important thing to be a party is the governor. You need to run someone for governor. And now, thanks to Cuomo, they must get 130,000 votes, or 2% of the total vote threshold, whichever is greater, in order to be declared a party. That is a long fucking haul. The best case for New York City, and I don't know why MPP hides this, the best case for New York State, is 2022, the end of the 2022 election. So 2023 is your earliest possible party designation. And since the Greens and the Libertarians do not believe they will make that threshold, you're probably not going to make it. Your best case scenario is probably 2026 for a new party, maybe longer. And I don't know why MPP wants to lie about that, because that doesn't mean you're stuck. That means fucking incorporate. That means fucking become a nonprofit so you can raise goddamn money, so you can start collecting petitions, so you can start running candidates. Fucking, there's a dude in New York, in Brooklyn, Neil. He's a brand new cartoonist who's joined MPP. He wants to start collect every vacant position, every vacant elected position in New York City, and run them as a job, like a job opening. Like, hey, run for city alderman. It pays $130,000, right? And that's a thing that you can do if you have a 501c4 that is working to become a party behind you. It is not a thing MPP can do. If you want to build a party in New York City, if you want to build a party in any state in this nation, MPP is not your method. Your method is talk to a lawyer and find out in what way you can incorporate in your state. Become legally independent in your state.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's like, because we need people to have a voice. People's party, yes, but mostly we need people to have a voice in this country. Yeah. And we, Ed, you, me, the people we talk with, our friends, we need to work together, because all those fucks who have the money and the power, they will never let us in willingly. And if we are fighting with each other, we'll never get there. We need to fight them. So Ed, I stand with you. I stand with everyone who wants to fight those fuckers.
Hey man, I'm really happy to talk with you. I know I talked with Mason once. I had to cut him off because the thing is I was too involved with the New York City primaries. There's so much stuff going on. I was actually a lead guy fighting against Andrew Yang, who was running for mayor here. I had a lot of inside information once again on his campaign and the problems in there. But yeah, I'm really excited about what you're talking about, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
All right.
I'll be there.
I look for everyone. Please, join us tomorrow.
God bless, brother. See you. Good night.
Have a good night, man.